All right, thanks, Courtney, and thanks to everyone for being here and watching online. Victor, Christina, Jeremy, we're going to the moon. When we get off the planet, we might come right back home. We might spend 3 or 4 days around Earth. We might go to the moon. That's where we want to go, but it is a test mission. And we are ready for every scenario as we ride this amazing space launch system in the Orion spacecraft. 250,000 miles away. It's going to be amazing.
And believe it or not, human eyes are one of the best scientific instruments that we have. Our geologists are beyond excited for our eyes to look at the moon, and we've been training how to turn those observations into tangible science for them. There are incredible basins on the moon. Some of them are in this picture behind me. One, for example, Oriental Brace Basin. It is this gem of a basin that basically is like the architect, the Grand Canyon, solar system wide, that can tell us about solar system formation. And really, to me, what does this all boil down to? And that is answering some of the biggest questions of our time. Questions like, are we alone? We can answer that by going to Mars in the future, and this mission can be the first step in bringing that answer back to Team Humanity.
And when I think about the 4 of us flying around the far side of the moon, coming around, seeing that Earth rise, taking images and video and sending them back to you, the feeling that I have inside is hope. I just imagine what that is going to be like. And we know that Artemis II is not the solution for humanity on planet Earth, but it is a contribution in the positive column. We hope that just for a moment that people will pause and say, wow, it's extraordinary when you look back upon the Earth with over 8 billion people. And you see this concrete example of what humanity can do, this extraordinary thing, when we set big goals and we work together to achieve them. We are bringing together the world. We are bringing together an amazing workforce, and they are bringing together an amazing vehicle. And at the end of all that, when you squeeze it all down, it created magic. It created magic.
Oh, magic.
It created magic. So we're going to fly around the moon in the spacecraft, Integrity.
And for me, I think I want to distill it down to a very specific part of the mission, too. I think for the 45 minutes that we're closest to the lunar surface are also going to be out of contact. We're going to have an LOS in NASA terms, a loss of signal.
You serious?
And while we cannot talk to the planet and our friends that are even in space on the International Space Station, and while we cannot talk to the planet and our friends that are even in space on the International Space Station, I would love it if the entire world, those 8 billion people Jeremy mentioned, could come together and just, be hoping and praying for us to get that acquisition of signal and be back in touch with everybody.
What? Anybody want to talk to the more specific?
Sure, I can add just one more thing. Like Reed, I was skeptical at first as well, but I saw the excitement that they had with respect to if, like the human eye is just, like Christine was saying, it is a magical instrument. Our brain can pick out subtle differences, and they've identified these areas that they're training us on that they want, to them, they look different than most of the moon, but these areas also look the same, and they're wondering if the human eye will be able to pick up something that shows that this is different from that different, and that could actually point us to, now we want to go get more data there. This is where we want to send a rover next, because that, we might see a subtle hue or a subtle glint. With our brain, as we go around, we're going to look at these sites over and over again from different sun angles, and that could give us some little hints. We might find nothing, but it's definitely worth looking, and now I'm totally bought in, and we're going to be like, I hope we don't make something up.
I hope we don't make something up.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
We're gonna be, sometimes you see what you want to see, so sometimes you see what you want to see, so.
Well, first of all, we're sending humans further into space than we ever have before. So we're testing the spacecraft, we're testing its limits, we're manually piloting it, and we're setting the path forward towards ultimately establishing a moon base. So there's quite a lot that's going on here. They're going to see the dark side of the moon with human eyes for the first time in human history. They're going to see the dark side of the moon with human eyes for the first time in human history. For the first time in human history. It's going to be very exciting for us.
When you see numbers like Mach 39 at entry, when you see numbers like 38,000 miles, 250,000 miles, those are in 5-6 million pounds on the pad. Those are just insane numbers. Like, those are just not numbers that humans generally think about. We were flying in a sim yesterday and watching the miles click down. What did we say we were doing, like 5 or 7 miles? 7 miles a second. Coming back to Earth. So these numbers just you don't even comprehend. So there's risk in that. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know right now. So we'll go learn all that. We don't know what we don't know right now. So we'll go learn all that. I want to bridge. This is going to be an odd answer. It might land wrong, but I'm going to try anyway. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome.
What did you say?
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome. And when I look at the future, when we talk about what is our legacy, I don't want to look 5 years or 10 years in the future. I want to look 100 or 200 years in the future. And honestly, this is where I thought this might land wrong. I hope we're forgotten.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And when I look at the future, when we talk about what is our legacy, I don't want to look 5 years or 10 years in the future. I want to look 100 or 200 years in the future. And honestly, this is where I thought this might land wrong. I hope we're forgotten.
Well, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
If we are forgotten, then Artemis has been successful. We have humans on Mars. We have humans out on the moons of Saturn. We are expanding in the solar system. We have robotic precursor missions going out. We already have spacecraft outside of our solar system. Maybe we've invented something that we never even dreamed of, and maybe we inspired some kid somewhere, and maybe that's our footnote.
Oh my God! Wow!
We inspired Susie or Johnny to do what they did. That would be magical.
Oh, magical.
This is so different. Like when you're going to the space station, you're going up there for 6 months of hardcore science. You are an operator. You are really you just give everything to Mission Control in Houston. They plan everything out for you, and you just get up as a good astronaut every day, and you get the job done. There are stressful moments, and there are fun moments. There's a lot of laughter. When you laugh in space to the point where you cry, tears of joy, they just stick right in your eyeballs. And I always thought that was hilarious. When you laugh in space to the point where you cry, tears of joy, they just stick right in your eyeballs. When you're coming home through the atmosphere in a Soyuz, it's an impressive ride. When you land, the first thing I thought when I landed was, I would go do that immediately. Like if you could take me in a crane and put me up and do that again, I want that ride again. And so I hope that's what we feel when we splash down on Artemis II, and that would be a magical, I keep saying magical.
Oh, magical.
That'll be a great moment.
I suppose I can start. You know, I actually think about this even bigger picture. We all, and maybe some of us in this room or listening, knew a time where you looked at the moon and you inherently didn't know we've been there.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
But my whole life, when I look at the moon, something in the back of my mind always knew we've been there. And on some human and fundamental level, I feel like that changed the perspective that I had just looking out into the world and looking out into the starry night and the moon. And I wonder if there will be a difference after we go back with young folks, especially thinking not only we've been there, but we're going there. That's our future. That's an active part of who we are as people.
Again, sir. For the crew as we fly around the moon, there are 5 windows in Orion. Actually, I guess there's 6, but there'll be 2 that are pointed directly at the moon that the attitude control system will keep fixed, so we can get the best photos. And we'll sort of rotate through there, taking different observations, different times, sharing that workload, taking photos, and then some of us will be kind of taking a step back to try and capture those moments for you with video cameras, and so we can share what it's like while we're flying around the moon and observing this, and capture some of those feelings and sentiments.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit.
Victor, Christina, Jeremy, we're going to the moon. I hope we don't make something up.
I hope we don't make something up.
They're going to see the dark side of the moon with human eyes for the first time in human history. They're going to see the dark side of the moon with human eyes for the first time in human history. For the first time in human history.
When we get off the planet, we might come right back home. We might spend 3 or 4 days around Earth. We might go to the moon. That's where we want to go, but it is a test mission. And at the end of all that, when you squeeze it all down, it created magic. It created magic.